Right now, a judge is hearing a motion for a temporary block on Kentucky's trigger law, which would ban abortions in almost all cases.
An emergency restraining order is currently in place on that trigger law, meaning abortions are allowed for now. If a temporary injunction is granted, that law will not be able to take effect until a final ruling is made. Attorney General Daniel Cameron has tried to appeal the block and was denied. He then tried to go to the Supreme Court of Kentucky to take a look at the case, but he was denied again.
Today, WHAS 11's Rachel Droz was in that courtroom where a judge heard arguments for and against the ban, and Rachel is joining us live with an update on this case. Rachel?
Yeah, Doug, today's hearing actually just wrapped up within the last half hour. The judge not making any final decision on that temporary injunction and didn't really give us a timeline of when we expect a ruling to come down. If he does grant it, it would block the trigger ban, which would allow abortions in Kentucky until this case wraps up. He did tell both sides, however, they do need to file written briefs arguing their positions by July 18th. Both the defense and prosecution called 2 expert witnesses each to testify today. Dr. Ashley Bergen was first to go. She provides abortion care at EMW Women's Surgical Center, one of 2 abortion clinics in Kentucky. Bergen says forcing a woman to continue with a pregnancy in all cases except for when a mother's life is at risk or she's at risk of damaging a life-sustaining organ could cause her harm. Dr. Bergen gave examples of several pregnancy-related complications, including preeclampsia, heart problems, and gestational diabetes.
They are, in essence, forced to carry a pregnancy to term, and that includes all of the risks that I previously mentioned. So it puts them, at risk for all of those complications.
While testifying, Dr. Bergen said statistically there are higher maternal mortality rates relating to childbirth than there are in deaths caused by abortions. The defense pushed back on that argument, calling their own witness, Dr. Monique Wubbenhorst.
I don't think that you can say that abortion is safer than childbirth when, comparatively, doing an abortion at a later gestational age, we've heard, is more risky.
Dr. Wubbenhorst is an OBGYN. She said she agrees there are risks of complications associated with pregnancy, but feels data shows induced abortions, especially those performed later in pregnancy, are more risky than childbirth. Wubbenhorst also said she doesn't think abortion is health care because it's a procedure that destroys human life. Now, today was a long one. Before things got rolling, the judge asked the attorneys to fully develop their arguments. He says he does anticipate whichever way he rules, his decision will be appealed. So he wants the Court of Appeals to have a fully developed record they can review. Reporting live in Louisville, Rachel Droz, WHAS 11, on your side.
Rachel, thank you very much.
Well, after a judge denied his appeal asking to reinstate the abortion ban, Attorney General Daniel Cameron filed his case with the Supreme Court of Kentucky, asking them to step in.
And last night, they denied his request. The ACLU calling it a great victory. On Twitter, Daniel Cameron calling the decision disappointing, saying his team will be making its case in that Jefferson County courtroom today.